All right, welcome back to the Edge. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Jesse. This is my Draft Unlimited channel. If you haven't been here before, thanks for stopping in. If you have, thanks for coming back. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of this. We're getting back into another Premier Draft. Last one was not so hot. Went 1-3, hoping to get back at it here and get a little bit more success. We've done pretty well at not opening good rares from our pack one pick ones, so we'd like to see that change. But we gotta play with the cards we're dealt, so to speak. So we'll look to see if we can find our lane and travel on. It's a good piece of advice for any limited player. Oftentimes, in most sets, this isn't always the case. Sometimes there's just a place where a color pairing or a wedge or something that you just want to be in, and the rest are kind of losing win rate. But it's mostly you just want to be in a spot where you have where your lane is open. And here we've got a pretty good assortment of cards. We've got at our rare the Sunstar Chaplain. It's a 2-mana 3/2, which is already great. Beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. This is a pretty aggressive card. The main way that you tap your creatures, of course, is attacking. The secondary way is by stationing up your spacecraft. So this is maybe meant to go in either the green-white counters deck or maybe the Boros spaceship deck. I'm sort of interested in just taking the Codecracker Hound, though. I like blue in this format. I'd love to be in like a blue-green ramp control type thing. Maybe blue-black control, something there. And this is just Sit-Stay Appraiser with upside, so I'm pretty interested in taking that here. A couple good options outside of this. Nutrient Block I quite like. Pulsar Squadron Ace is good as well, but I like Codecracker Hound to start with. And we can follow that up with a pretty nice Desculpting Blast here. 2-mana instant, return target non-land permanent to its owner hand. If it was attacking, make a 1/1 colorless drone artifact. So this is just upside on a card that's already usually pretty playable. I mean, it's good to keep in mind that you're not up a card when you cast a bounce spell like this, so you want to make sure that you're getting additional value on it, like to fizzle a removal spell, like a punch or a bite or something like that. Other cards that I like here, I like Mechanizoa as a good top-end card in the blue artifact deck. I like Close Encounter. I like Focus Fire. Drix Fake Maker is pretty good. Biosynthetic Bursts played out well. So there's a number of good cards here, but I like staying in blue, taking a good, not quite hard removal spell, but a good disruptive spell here. And then we have a pretty interesting choice here. A lot of removal spells in this. We have Cryo Shatter, we have Banishing Light, Melt Strider's Resolve, Depressurize, all of them pretty good. I'm inclined to stay in blue and take Cryo Shatter here, but it's good to remember that there are ways. This isn't as hard as it seems like it is. It seems like it kind of gets around everything, but still keeps its abilities, all that. I kind of like Banishing Light, but I don't know that it's worth going into white when we can just stay in blue right now and keep cutting it to the left, and hopefully it'll keep flowing to the right. Buy us some time to find our secondary color. So, okay, here is another pretty good pack, honestly. We have Eldrazi Temple as our little special guest. I don't think we're casting a ton of Eldrazi. There is one Eldrazi in this set. I do not think it's worth running Eldrazi Temple just for it, unless you care a lot about differently named lands, which is a kind of a side thing here. I think I like checking into green here with Use Social Engineering. Mono Sentry, I don't mind. It's an artifact. It's a good it's a great blocker, good defensive creature. It stations vehicles well. That's maybe an option, but I like the upside of the Use Social Engineering. I like blue-green as a color combination, so I think I like that here. Other considerations, Orbital Plunge, but I'd rather, if I'm going to go into a new color, I think I'd rather it be green than have it be blue. All right, now we've got a lot of green going. We've another Use Social Engineering, which I think this is a pretty good card. I think if you remember Final Fantasy, this effect did not work super well in Chocobo Racetrack, but I think the Warp does a lot of lifting here. If you can imagine a play pattern where you do this on turn 4, you warp this in, play a land, and then crack a lander or something, that's pretty darn good. I think here, we just want a Gene Pollinator or maybe Close Encounter. This doesn't look like an amazing Close Encounter deck right now because we don't have a ton of things that are going to be big. So I think I like taking Gene Pollinator here as some early acceleration. So this plays really well, I think. And then we can kind of get into more of a soupy build as we'd like to. So in this one, I think I just like taking Lost in Space as a sort of top or bottom a removal spell. We don't want to get over-indexed on them, but keeping Cutting Blue is, I think, a pretty good move here. Embrace Oblivion is good if we wanted to venture into black. I don't think we need to, though. By an Engineered Future, I just don't think it's very good. I wouldn't put this in your deck unless you really, really build around it, and even then, I don't know if it'll necessarily pull its weight. So let's take Lost in Space here. Here we have a Nesting Ground, which I don't think is so good. And again, unless you're in the differently named lands thing, probably don't want that one. I think we'll just take a Starbreach Whale here. It's okay top end. 3/5 flyer for 5 isn't awesome, but the warp value is good. And noting that there's some decent red here, it seems. Vault Guard Trooper and Orplate Pangolin. I like both of those a good bit, but I think I just want to stay in blue and really make sure we're cutting it off. All right, pack 8. We have a Cut Propulsion as a removal spell. I think I just like Nutrient Block here over Virus Beetle, though this is a late Virus Beetle, and if we wanted to get into more of a blue-black control, this is a good thing to keep note of. But I like Nutrient Block a lot. Goes well with Gene Pollinator, and just as a good little trinket to mess with. And Nutrient Block tabled from our other one too, so I'd definitely play multiple of these. We could consider the All Fates Scroll, and then maybe start to do our own kind of differently named lands things. I think there's a Fungal Colossus earlier. Maybe our first All Fates Scroll, if we're going to be in green, and we consider splashing around a little bit. Nebula Dragon, I think, is also an okay splash target, just as good top end, but let's go with the All Fates Scroll here. Cloud Sculpt Technician, what do we have for artifacts? 3 already. Maybe consider going there. Taking that one. Fungal Colossus, okay. If we're doing the differently named lands thing, I think we could definitely lean in there. And then, I mean, at that point, we might as well just hang on to an Eldrazi Temple, throw it in the sideboard. Command Bridge is great for the differently named lands. I think that's totally good. And now I'm going to be maybe not very sad, but there's a very difficult pick here. Mutinous Massacre is a bomb.com, but we are so far away from it. It's definitely not what we want to do here. There are 2 very good cards here. Siege Ship Agrarian is excellent. Truly an excellent card. Whenever it becomes tapped, make a lander, and then whenever landfall happens, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So the play patterns in this are just super brutal. I think we want to go with Illvoid Infiltrator, though. I've talked about this on previous videos, and it just have never been in the right spot to take it. But I just think this is such a good card. It plays so well with Warp. It snowballs. As you draw more cards, you're more likely to be able to double spell. So this is just a really solid creature. We have a lot of 3-drops now. So, well, maybe not a lot, I guess. How many is that? It's okay, 4. Okay, we're still early enough to where maybe this isn't such a big deal. Here we have another interesting one. I'd love to mess around with Infinite Godlight Station sometime, but unfortunately, I just don't think this card, like, the payoff is not very good. Like, it's not a set where they have a ton of multicolored cards, so you're at most making like 2 or 3 tapped 2/2s. I just feel like that's not nearly enough. I really like the Grove Strider. If you watch my first video, this was an absolute powerhouse. I think it's great here, especially if we're going to be ramping a little bit. We haven't quite gotten the lander support that we want, but I can see that coming. And this is just exactly what we want to see. Pick 3, Biomech and Engineer. I want to say this is one of the highest win rate cards in the entire set, despite just being a common. The ETB Make a Landfall on a 2/2 body is already great. The upside of getting to 8 mana on a board that's relatively stalled, drawing 2 cards and making a 2/2 is crazy. Like, being able to do that even one time puts you, I would imagine, just very far ahead. So we are very happy with that here. And we have, I think I'm okay with just another Desculpting Blast. This is a deck that's going to want to stay alive to the late game and win on late game value. So it's figuring out ways to continue to delay that until the future, noting that we have another Nutrient Block, another Fungal Colossus. If we start to see more differently named lands, we can start to do that. We'd love to see like the blue, like the Simic creature land would be awesome. It's obviously asking a lot, but here we have a really tricky one actually. So we have the Lash with Predator, which I'm only so on. It is very good. It's a great effect. It costs 2 less if your opponents control 3 or more creatures. I think we just go Cryogen Relic here and continue to do 2 mana plays. Plays well with our Gene Pollinator as a thing that it can tap for mana. It just is good velocity to continue making sure that you have gas in hand. These cards, these ramp decks can often run into the problem of running out of gas. We do not want to have that happen here. And here we have a tricky one because I think Codecracker Hound is just the better card over Diplomatic Relations, but we are going to want to make sure that we're keeping in mind what our removal count is. We have Lost in Space as like good, reasonable removal, and then Desculpting Blast as bad removal, but temporary removal and with upside. So we want to, I think, keep that in mind as we look forward to this. This could be a deck that wants Spacecraft at the top end. We saw the Pinnacle Kill Ship get passed. I think that's a card that could maybe eventually be good. That's good for Nanoform Sentinel. I think I just want Germinating Worm here. It's good. Top end. Warping this in is also good with Spacecraft. So I think just grabbing that is good. Another Eldrazi Temple, ironically, and another Infinite Guideline Station. I don't think we're probably playing anything here. Pull Through the Weft, maybe, if we're hurting for playables, which I don't expect to be the case. It's a late Territorial Brunetar, but I don't think we need to get there. I'll just go with the Ilvoil Galeblade. I like 1-drops. Flash Flying, can sack to draw a card. Seems fine. Selfcraft Mechan is probably good. It goes well with Cryogen Relic. It goes well with Nutrient Block. We kind of have enough artifacts to maybe make this happen. I think it's just a good card. Not playing anything here, so we'll just throw this in the sideboard. I think this card is pretty bad. Into the sideboard you go. And I've already talked about I don't like that card on previous simulcasts, I suppose. We're going to go with, I think, Synthesizer Lab Ship here. We do have kind of a weird little artifact sub-theme going. We have a lot of we make some landers. We have Cryogen Relic. We'll make a drone. We have the Nutrient Block. And this is just, I think it'll play a lot better than it looks. It's 1 mana. You can turn another artifact into a 2/2, but you can also just use that to get this, or start getting this all stationed up as well. So I think I like this. Sammy's Curiosity, also a good one for us to have, but I like the Synthesizer Lab Ship as a good flying threat. Here we have, I think we go with a Seed Ship Impact. It's between Seed Ship Impact and Diplomatic Relations. I know Seed Ship Impact is a very highly performing card, and I wonder if it isn't just better than Diplomatic Relations. We're not gonna see this as late as we might see this, so I think we take Seed Ship Impact, and we maybe hope to see something like Diplomatic Relations later. But this is still killing a lot of the stuff we want. A lot of the stuff that is worth killing is like big artifacts, spacecrafts, etc. So I think it's totally fine here. And then we have a Tractor Beam. There, it's good hard removal for us. Once it enters, tap Enchanted Permanent, and then you control Enchanted Permanent. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. That's awesome. You can steal really good static effects with this. I think this is a great card. Fits right into our mana curve well. I'm very happy to take this. Passing a Biosynthetic Burst and a Cryo Shatter. Maybe we hope to get one of those back. I'm a little bit doubtful of that, but you can dream. We have an Uthros Scan Ship. This is a deck that probably does not mind top-end spacecraft. I think I'll probably just take a Diplomatic Relations, though. We have pretty good top-end here. Could maybe use a little bit more, but I think we're looking for ways to kind of gum up the gully works, so to speak, and win on late-game value. And Diplomatic Relations will help us stay alive to that effect. Bonder's Enclave. 3 mana, draw a card. Yeah, I think this is probably something that we can take in the Fungal Colossus deck. Maybe we don't take it, but Mechan Navigator is also just so good. It becomes tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Do we need that? We don't have a lot of ways to tap it well. I think we maybe just go Bonder's Enclave here. Is that too early? We're probably going to get Bonder's. Nope, we're going to take it. I think the rest of it's replacement level. That's not, though. Ilvoy Infiltrator is great. The second one is awesome. Our 3-drop slot is looking so good. Can definitely cut you. But I think this is shaping up to be a pretty solid deck overall. We have here the choice between Lost in Space, Drix Fate Maker are the two main ones to look out for. I don't think we're really doing the 1/1 counter thing, and a 4-mana 3/2 put a 1/1 counter on a thing is not amazing. So I think we just take a Lost in Space. Probably gets boarded out, but want to have more removal than less. I was talking about the Pinnacle Killship earlier. I think we're actually going to take this here as a good ramp target to get to. It might be cuttable, but this will kill basically anything. I equate this one kind of to Meteor Golem, which is it'll ETB and kill basically everything, except for this plays better later into the game. Because a 7/7 flyer is just a much more impressive threat. Ilvoy Operative is bad. Nutrient Block is better. I don't think we're playing either. Maybe a Nebula Dragon. We want to splash for it, but I don't think we need to. Ilvoy Operative, not interested. Our second full bore on our way to a playset. Lost in Space, sure. And Radiant Strike. Okay, so kind of doing the blue-green ramp thing. We've got a few cuts to make here, but I think that we've got the bones of what looks to be a pretty good deck. So let's pull this up. Let's see what we have as far as creatures and non-creatures. We have 4 differently named lands, so this can be at a minimum. What's 4 minus 7? It's 7 minus 4, rather 3. This could be a 3-mana 5/5. I think that's the point where we can start taking it. We're not really splashing for anything though, so I think it's possible that our mana is just better if we cut the Fungal Colossus and cut the Bonder's Enclave, and maybe even the Command Bridge, just because our mana should be fine here. We are a little bit light on creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 creatures. And we make creatures well with Use Social Engineering. We have 1 Pinnacle Kill Ship. We have the Synthesizer Lab Ship as kind of an option later. So I think we do have creatures to work with, but maybe that is actually a good reason to play Fungal Colossus here. And if we're going to, let's just take all our lands out for now, and we'll deal with the lands later. Creature. Great. Okay, so we need to cut 5 cards now. I don't think we can really cut very many of our top end here, of our creatures here. I think we can definitely cut maybe 2 Lost in Space. We can probably cut a Nutrient Block, though I do think they're quite good. Cryogen Relic is good. Desculpting Blast, 2 of them is more. We could maybe cut the All Fates Scroll. We do want to ramp to our top end. Maybe it's fine. We definitely can't get rid of anything on our low end. We can maybe get rid of a Gale Blade, because while we do need creatures, this isn't really a meaningful creature. We're really more of a control deck that wants to keep alive some of our bigger stuff here and win with Kill Ship and going wide with Use Social Engineering and winning with value. It's possible that this is a 16 land deck? I don't know if this is a 16 land deck. We can probably cut a Nutrient Block. I don't think we probably need to, realistically. And then the last cut here, I like all of our creatures. Starbeach Whale is not amazing, but it's good enough and gives us a presence in the air. I do like Pinnacle Kill Ship as a top-end threat. I think we can play Fungal Colossus with our 2 other lands. All Fate Scroll becomes a lot better with our 2 other lands. maybe we just cut a Desculpting Blast. See, that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removal spells, 6 removal spells. I think that's pretty good. And we have a lot of velocity and card draw to find us removal spells when we need it. The stuff like even Lost in Space being able to surveil, Nutrient Block drawing a card, Cryogen Relic drawing 2 cards and buying us time. All of these little pieces here and there are good for that. So I think this is the deck. As far as bringing in the lands, let's go here, suggest lands, and then I gotta take out creatures. I'll add in a Bonder's Enclave and a Command Bridge, and that seems good. I think we want to be a little heavier on blue. 8/7. Yeah, I mean that's a little tough with all of our double greens, but Command Bridge helps that. Colorless land is tough. I don't think we're quite to the point where we want to play Eldrazi Temple. I think if we had stuff like the Survey Mechan, the 4-mana colorless 1/3 flyer, then maybe we get to that point. But in this case, I think we want to stick with just the differently named lands that we have. So take this minute to punch my mic apparently. Apologies to any headphone users there. Take this minute to say if you like this stuff. Please do feel free to like and subscribe. It really, I believe, helps the channel. I want to keep doing this. I probably will keep doing this, but it's a lot more fun if they got people in the comments who are chatting me up and saying what they might do different. I think this is a keep on the draw. Turn 1 Gene Pollinator, turn 2 Command Bridge, tap the Forest or the Gene Pollinator into, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Maybe Seed Ship Impact. Edge Rover. Ooh, I don't like that. But I do have a Seed Ship Impact for the Edge Rover, so that's not so bad. Go here for our guy Gene. I think we may actually do the Edge or kill the Edge Rover with the Seed Ship Impact. I mean, we'll see. It seems a little bit bad, but the ability to make a lander and get a new lander from it, I think is pretty nice. And it gives us something to tap with our... Ooh, okay. It gives us something to tap with Gene Pollinator to cast our blue spells as well. I think we go Bonder's Enclave, Seed Ship Impact, and make 2 lander tokens. I feel like that's pretty good. Because it's mana value 2 or less. And now we can do... we can play our Ilvoy Infiltrator next turn. We'll be able to possibly ramp to our Grove Strider. Oh, okay, well that's not what we wanted to see. That's a very nice card for them, the Larval Scoutlander. We may be able to Tractor Beam anything they end up coming up with if they find something that's really problematic. But, you know, it's not ideal for sure. Here, we have a couple choices. We can either go with Command Bridge into Ilvoy Infiltrator and start to get the gravy train rolling. Maybe Tractor Beam their thing, get in for a hit, because it looks like they'll probably play the Germinating Worm next turn. I don't know if they'll station up the Scoutlander, but I think we're pretty happy to just steal it if we do. So I think we go Ilvoy Infiltrator, tapping blue to tap a lander, and then paying 2, Command Bridge, tap our other lander, and say go. And now next turn we can play the Grove Strider as needed. We could play a Self-Craft Mechan, can Tractor Beam their stuff to draw a card. Got a couple of different options. I think I maybe, yeah, if they station that up, I think I'm okay just stealing the Germinating Worm. Maybe it would be nice to get a little bit of a better effect, but that lets me get in for 2 and draw a card with the Ilvoy Infiltrator, which would be pretty good. Next turn, a lot of good options here. We can... what would be nice if the Germinating Worm was an artifact, and then we could sacrifice it with the Self-Craft Mechan, but, you know, that may be getting a little bit greedy. It was maybe even a little greedy to get in for that. Oh, warping this to station up the Scoutlander? Sure, I think that's fine. Are they going to attack? Hemosymbic Might. Okay, that's not super problematic. We're not playing any constructed here, so that's probably not a big deal. Alright, that's interesting. They're just gonna let me draw a card, it seems, which I am... Oh, nice! Bonder's Enclave. I can draw a card because I control Germinating Worm. That's kind of cool. Here, I think I start out by just attacking for 1. If they want to jump, I welcome it. If they don't, I also welcome that. I'll draw a card. Here we go. I think we just go Grove Strider. We can either do Codecracker Hound and crack a lander, or we could do Grove Strider and just start banging away. Play a forest. I'm not really in any rush here, so maybe I just go Codecracker Hound Warped In and grab a Cryogen Relic. And then I will just hold this up, because that seems pretty good next turn for triggering the Ilvoy Infiltrator as a part of a double cell something. And what are they doing here? Tapping 4 mana for something, leaving up a green. Okay, nice. Sure. 5/7 reach is totally reasonable. It's a good pinnacle kill ship target there. Okay, they've definitely got some juice. That's for sure. Take 3. And then I'll sacrifice this to get an island. So I have more stuff for Cryogen Relicking. Okay, what do we want to do here? I think we perhaps need to start dealing with that flyer eventually. We're maybe not quite there yet. We do have this kill ship to help us there. I think I can... Let's play an island. Be here. Sacrifice a lander. Draw a card. There's a lot we can do here. How much mana do we have here? Yeah, we can do this. Grove Strider into... I think we just do that to start. Start there. And then we can Codecracker Hound. Tapping a lander. Draw a little bit more gas. See what we can find. Okay, a one drop is also fine. Get in with the Ilvoy Infiltrator and draw a card. Yeah, this is sweet. Got a 3 mana Fungal Colossus coming. Yeah, we're doing the damn thing. That's for sure. Now we're looking for removal here for sure. So we'll definitely. Ooh, okay, that's not bad. But we have bigger issues right now. We have to deal with the Scout Lander because it's killing us in the air. I think we start by. I think we Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. We draw so many cards in this deck. I want to sack it to stun the Scout Lander. And then Fungal Colossus. God, we draw a lot of cards. Okay. We might need to figure out a way to win these games a little bit more expediently here soon. Ilvoy Infiltrator, just attack for 1, draw a card. And we'll just go there and Nutrient Block, just to play it. Alright, we're at a very real risk of milling out here, I think. Okay, Blooming Stinger, giving Death Touch to something. I personally don't really care. What? I think I'm happy to trade off the Fungal Colossus and the Codecracker Hound to get rid of the Lashfoot Predator. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. They got something. Seems unlikely, based on the way they played so far. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll take that. Alright, I want to start by Oh, do I need to kill ship here? I think I need to kill ship here. Yeah, do that to take out the scout lander. Okay, they're gonna crack a lander, that's fine. They're more than welcome to do that. And we'll kill the scout lander. And now that our Grove Strider's a little bit worse with this Blooming Stinger, let's green, and oops, nope, not that. I want to tap the nutrient block. And then green for use social engineering, warp it in, play a land, make a 2/2, make this guy unblockable, and swing. Alright, 13 cards in the library. Well, we've got a big board. Is it enough? I don't know, but we've got it. The Seriema, okay. Search up a legendary, that's a good draw for them. Halaya is good. They don't have enough mana for it. Are they going to... Yeah, they're going to station up the Seriema. That's perfectly reasonable. Oh, they have to do with everything, though. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. I've got my 7-mana kill ship here. Oh, this is interesting, too, because we can Desculpting Blast it and take away a lot of tempo. I don't know how many legendary creatures they have. Lots to do, lots to do. I think we start by use social engineering, play a land, make a 2/2, self-craft Meccan, do that, sack the nutrient block, draw 2 cards, put a 1/1 counter on the Infiltrator, Synthesizer Lab Ship. Let's station to get this up a little bit. Now here we maybe should have left some mana open, admittedly. Do that. Swing in, swing in. I think we probably get a jump here. Yeah, that makes sense. They're there. And, okay, now there's all our removals. So the next turn, okay, we take this and we will crew with the lab ship. Let's see, do we want to get anything else? How vulnerable are we? We have a lot of stuff going on here. I don't think I want to take down more of my guys. I think they're just going to play Halaya here. That's fine. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Put it on the vehicle. Put it on the vehicle. Put it on the vehicle. Nice. There we go. And now, hopefully not do anything. All right. Now here we go to town. We go island. We go Lost in Space on Seriema. You can decide whether you want to care about that or not. Put it on top if you'd like. Yeah, okay, cool. Wow, okay, that was crazy. That was a lot going on there. I think the deck definitely works. The deck maybe needs more way to kill things, but the late game value is pretty overwhelming in this one. So is there anything that we need to keep in mind? Knowing that, is there anything that we should care about? I don't think so. We seem to have the answers when we needed them. I think we run it back. If we identify some issues later, we can use those. But I think I think we did pretty well there. You could make an argument that killing the Edge Rover was greedy, is it gave them the ability to get after it with the Scout Lander and get full value out of sacking a lander rather than sacking a land, and basically save 2 mana on ramping. We could have Seed Ship Impact that, but ultimately I think we also make good use out of that lander token. So, all right, we go first. That's for sure a keep. It's not an awesome hand. We need to draw a little bit here. We definitely need to we need to get through on these Illvoy Infiltrators, but we're probably going to end up just dropping both and seeing what we can do. Okay, that is a nice draw. We got a lot of good stuff in hand here. If this ever connects, the Grove Strider, we're definitely going to be able to get that down. Mono Sentry. Okay. That definitely does get in the way a little bit, but I think we just build out the board. We definitely don't want to trade off our Illvoy Infiltrator for their Mono Sentry, so let's wait till a turn where we can double spell and get in for drawing 2 cards. Okay, grab kill, that's fine. And here we'll just go Harmonious Grove Strider. I think that's fine. No attacks. So in this position, where they just used grab kill on the Grove, they're going to have a really hard time killing the Grove Strider. They can maybe bounce it. I think they're going to have a difficult time dealing with it for now on 5 mana, given that it has Ward 2. Yeah, they're going to use the other grab kill on the other Illvoy Infiltrator, and that's fine by us, because we can just use this to start beating down. Okay, I definitely missed a point of damage. I should have played that island first. Don't be like me. So I will play out a land and play out a Starbreach Whale. Surveil 2. I don't think we want the lab ship. I think we're happy with the Tractor Beam, because now we've just got a bunch of gas in hand, all removal spell. We maybe didn't need the Tractor Beam, honestly, but I think that's much better than a land, so we might as well just take it. Next turn we can do a whole heck of a lot. We can do at least 2 things. Do they have a 3rd grab kill? That'd be crazy if they did. Embrace Oblivion. Yep, good card. Okay, so they just were juiced full of removal there. But we are just going to start hitting in. We have a lot of removal and not a lot else. So if they remove more stuff, then that is not ideal. You may sacrifice it. Is it gonna cycle itself? No? Okay. Good. My turn. Let's start. Go to combat. Take them to 9. And I think we just wait here. And we see what they do. Lots of stuff we can do. Virus Beetle. Gross. Gross. Okay, that's fine. Each opponent discards cards. We will discard Desculpting Blast. Which, if they see that, that is not a good sign for them. Embrace Oblivion. Okay, well here I think we definitely use this opportunity to kill their thing. And now we just are in a top deck battle. Alright. Play that out. Deal 10 to nothing. Have something to station up as a lethal threat. Bonder's Enclave is land for turn, and pass. We're in a top deck battle. This is, I mean, look at what their hand was. 1/1 Death Toucher. Okay. Sure. Okay. I think here what we do is actually warp this in. They have a lot of mana open. I don't want this to get countered. So what I will do is I will station up partway the Pinnacle Kill Ship, and then I will draw a card because I have a creature with power 5 or greater, or 4 or greater. We drew a land, which is not what we want to see, but we got a little bit of extra value off of the Germinating Worm here because we're really not in any danger by this Hull Carver. So next turn we can cast the Germinating Worm, crew up the Kill Ship, station up the Kill Ship, sorry. station up the kill ship and see if we can start going crazy. Oh! Okay. The target creature card from defending, tapped and attacking. Okay. I don't want the Void Forge Titan. I've never seen this card before. Okay, well, they have a Starbreach Whale now. That's not ideal. They have our Starbreach Whale, furthermore. I think I want to... Let's see, we have... How much mana do we have? 6, 7, 8. 8 mana. Oh, 9 mana with a land. I think we just go Germinating Worm. We have a counterspell. Gain 2 life. Station this. What do you have here that beats me up? I don't think much. Yeah. And then I think I'm just going to hold up Bonder's Enclave, because now we have 2 lethal threats and the ability to tractor beam away one of their things. So if they decide to get a little aggressive here... What? They have another? What a joke. Okay, well, I got punished a little bit for that, but all they're going to get's a Grove Strider. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll take 8. Woof! I've never seen this card before, but it's kind of putting in work. I don't know that's a great deck for it. Yeah, okay, right. I don't think it's a great deck for the Coral of the Void, though, because from what we saw, they just had a lot of removal and not a lot of creatures. They had the 2 1-drops, all removal, and then a couple of Coral of the Voids. I don't feel like that... You want to have kind of a creature-heavy deck for something like that, because you need to have stuff on board to be able to continue fueling it. I think the idea is you put it on a creature, you swing with it, you steal a thing, you attack with it, you steal an ETB or something like that, and then you sack the thing that you stole. I'm kind of keep doing that, but I don't know. What do I know? Go turn 1 Gene, our guy. 1-drop's the best. Now, unfortunately, we can't ramp with Gene. It's not like a true Llanowar Elves. It's a Prop Spectre. Ah, but that is a dream. Biomechan Engineer is awesome. Make a lander. And say go. And we're definitely not blocking. I care a lot more about my... You get value when yours leaves. I already got my value. So that's... There's another Virulent Silencer, a card that I still think you should not put in your deck, but who cares about what I think? Here, I think we go Island into perhaps just an Ilvoy Infiltrator. Next turn, looking at the ability to All Freight Scroll into Warp Germinating Worm. Now we have a good blocker. A 1/3 here is a very good blocker on this board because we can block their Silencer. We can block their... Oh, we can no longer block their Silencer. I don't really care. They're just getting 2 extra damage in. That's not a great sign for them if that's the only thing that they have. They're still very far away from casting that. So here we'll go Bonder's Enclave, All Faith Scroll, and then I think I just kill the Virulent Silencer so I can make sure I get through here. Because I don't necessarily want them to block and get the lander if they're stuck on lands. I'd rather them deal 2 damage to me if they must. Yeah, I don't really care about this because I'm about to have a whole lot going on. So here, I think we just play the Germinating Worm. Yeah, just a Germinating Worm, gain 2 life, that's going to be nice. Command Bridge, tap our lander, and then say go, don't want to give them any free life gain. But now, they're still stuck on 3 lands. another... Guys, don't... I mean, I guess maybe in multiples this card starts being good, but I sort of doubt that. Okay, so here... What do I want to do? I think I can... Do I care about killing 2 of their things with my Germinating Worm? I don't know that I do. I don't really want to Tractor Beam anything either, though. So I think I just stay patient here. I'll play an island. And I'll hold up the ability to make draw 2 cards and make a 2/2. I can hold up Bonder's Enclave. I can do a lot here. And they don't really have me under a lot of pressure. They don't have any evasive threats. They do have a handful of gas, so that's worth keeping in mind. Because if you see your opponent missing spell or missing land drops, you know that they've just got gas for days. We'll just draw 2 and make a 2. Okay, well, oh my goodness gracious. Okay, that was maybe the least impactful draws I've ever seen. Okay, maybe we do need to start putting on a little bit of pressure here. Do I have any artifact creatures? I do have an artifact creature, but I don't really care about it. Okay. It's just, I think I just keep waiting a little bit here. I'd like to get, I don't really want to trade my Germinating Worm for 2 of their, they'd have to triple block. I don't think I care about that, though. I think we just stay patient here. Which feels bad, because, you know, they now that they're not stuck on lands, if they've got a bunch of 4-drops in hand, now they're kind of unlocked. And Tropic Battle Cruiser. Whenever an opponent discards a card they gain. Well, this just doesn't do anything. I mean, I guess it's good with the Silencer, but I'm just gonna steal it. Like, they're gonna spend all this time crewing it up. And then I'm gonna steal it from them. I'll just draw 2 more cards. Alright, if I Tractor Beam this, do I want to Tractor Beam it? This just was not an impactful play at all. Or do I want to just Pinnacle Kill Ship it? I think I want to just Pinnacle Kill Ship it, and then I can start blasting them. And just go there. You can use the Lightner if you want. I'm going to, you know, put the herd on here. 1, 2, 3. I think I'll leave back. Let's see, I've got 2 mana open to pop a lander if I so desire. Yeah. Draw a card. Oh, punished. I couldn't play my Sit-Stay Appraiser. Like, even here in this instance, let's say I stole this Virulent Silencer. Like, what am I... Oh, yeah. Play a Virus Beetle into my 6 cards. What do you think I'm gonna do? What do you think I'm gonna discard here? Like, come on. I guess, you know, Entropic Battle Cruiser. There we go. I lost 3 life. You got me. It's gonna be really embarrassing if I lose to double Perigee Beckoner. Okay, sure. Gain 4. Station. Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah, okay. Pretty cool. Lose 3. Yeah, sacrifice something? Virus Beetle? Cool. Alright, I can dig it. I think I will block here. I shouldn't double block because it just comes back. Down to 5. Okay. Respect. Gotta worry about that a little bit. I'm gonna take the Battle Cruiser for sure, but go here. Take you. I will Code Cracker Hound. Do that. Diplomatic relations is lovely. And then I'll do that. Okay. Draw a card. And yeah, I'll just have diplomatic relations up. If they got me, they got me. Oh yeah, sorry buddy. You're not gonna like this one bit. That. It's got Death Touch. See ya. Sorry. Okay, now where do I have lethal here? If I get rid of you, can I find something here? I'll warp you. Sure, take you. Do that. Station with the Code Cracker Hound. Make another 2/2 flyer. Now what do I have? Got a lot coming. Wait, did I miss lethal somewhere? Okay, where do I have something going on? I don't want to die though. I'll make you a flyer. You. Let's see. At what point does this start being force block? I think I'll just do that. That seems fine. Yeah, okay. Draw a card. Yes, thank you. Use social engineering. Sure. There we go. Do your worst. Can you make a hasty threat that can deal 5 damage to my face? No, you cannot. Sure. Yeah, you're dead. A million ways, I think. Maybe not, I guess. Yeah, you're dead. Great. Simic Control does the damn thing. Up to, oh, hey, we're inching up further into platinum. We are just a platinum gamer, but I think that's where it starts to get respectable. Up at platinum. All right, 3-0. This deck's cool. It just does a lot. Like there's just constantly stuff to do with the mana you have. We have to kind of get to the late game a bit, but once we get there, it's very difficult for our opponent to ever end up in a situation where they're just drawing better than we are. We just have so much velocity, so much ability to keep finding gas. This is just fine, right? It's not ideal that I'm not playing anything until turn 3, but we got 2 removal spells on deck. We're gonna look for, hopefully we'd find a land. Now, granted, that's not a great sign because Code Cracker Hound does not do especially well against that. I wonder if it's okay to warp in here because I'm not blocking. And just do this. Yeah, okay, guess I'll take that one. We'll have to be a little careful here if they get too beat downy. Doesn't look like, take 2, sure. Servandum is trouble, for sure. I think we just go Code Cracker. Oops, let's do the one that we have already warped. Go here. Jeepers, creepers. Guess I'll go this one. Some digging through some lands. That's not so bad. Now, that Servandum's gonna be a problem for sure. Where could you control? Oh, okay. This is now we're in business. Now we've got stuff to do. 2/2. I think we have to take this so we can get rid of the Servandum next turn. Unfortunately. Yuck. Okay. That kill ship is good though for when eventually they station up the frigate. So we go there. What do they have for 1 white mana? think it's give a thing indestructible, which is going to be a real problem for us if so. Smells like a combat trick. Depressurize. Oh, they have 2 open. That's bad. That's really bad. It's obscenely bad. Alright, down to 7. Oof, I don't know how we get out of this little mess. Station, sure. Yeah, that's certainly not it. Okay. Oh, this is what we talked about, right? It's the, if we are gonna lose, it's because we're gonna get beaten down. They got the priority stop here too. Ooh. Desculpting blast, okay. That's something, at least, that keeps us alive. If they station up the Lumen-class frigate, that would be ideal. Because then we can kind of rock their world, desculpting blast it. Doesn't look like they're doing that. Looks like they're just going to swing away, which is very reasonable. Go here. And then get rid of you. Please. Nice. We'll take that. Go to 5. Trouble in Paradise. Okay, Servandum, sure. Station. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So now we go, we might be stabilizing here a little bit. We can go Lost in Space on one of them and Siege Ship Impact on the other, depending on what they do. Unfortunately, our drone can only block flyers, so that's trouble a little bit. Alright, so here we're going to Lost in Space U. Yep, don't want that. And then Siege Ship Impact this to reduce 1 damage. Okay. Terrific. Only taking 1 now. Still need help, but we're closer. Fell Grab Ship does nothing. Oh, mill 3. Okay, sure. I thought that was the other guy. Okay, well, back to having a menace threat. That's no good. Nutrient block. Okay, now they're spewing out their hand a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Kill ship. Kill Servandum. Because menace is trouble. And we just start praying. They've got a lot they can do. They're definitely way ahead here. We need to have really good draws. That is a horrific sign for us because we can't block. Yeah, no blocks for sure. You got me. Okay, and then we've got a lot of lethal threats. I don't know what we can do to get out of this, to be quite frank. This is the downside to keeping the hand we kept, but there's just no world where we're getting rid of it. This guy's got a good deck. Okay, that's nice. Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. Sure, Gene, we'll take you. Take all the help we can get. Bonder's Enclave. Tap. Or stun this. Draw another card. Please. No. Please. Okay. Well, they don't have any ground threats, so we can station up with Gene for 1. And then... Gosh, we've drawn so many lands, it's insane. See, how many cards have we gone through? 1, 2. We only have 16 cards in the deck, and there's still 20. This is not looking amazing for us, but you know, we gotta keep powering through. I think the best chance we have at this point is blocking the Fell Grab Ship with the drone, which is basically just forced. Yeah. Yep. Okay, block here. We'll just do this whole thing, thin out the deck. How many lands do we even have left? We have 3 total lands in library left. So, let's see, 2 now, right? 3 now? I don't know. We're in trouble. We're certainly in trouble. Harmonious Grove Strider. Do you do it? No, you don't. Wait. Yes, you maybe do. Because we can do that. Draw a card. And draw one of our 2 remaining lands. Alright, good game. That was a fun one. Alright. We almost stabilized there. We really did. We just needed to draw one of our 1-drops there, and we could have done it. And we could have started to turn the tide. But that's the downside, right? When you play a deck like this and you don't have a bunch of early stuff going on. Is this a deck that wants to play extra, maybe an extra desculpting blast and maybe cut us? Well, it needs to win though. Is the problem. I don't think we need this all fate scroll. We need to get rid of it. Maybe I'll be wrong to do that. And the ramp is just nice with our Biomech Engineer and all of our 5-drops, but I think we want more board presence early than we do the ability to get up to the skies in terms of mana value. Yeah, I mean, this is a great hand, obviously. We're on the play too, so play. I don't think it would give us a priority stop for Cryo Shatter, so probably isn't a huge deal, but I mean, Biomech Engineer into Ilvoy Infiltrator is pretty good. Virus Beetle. Well, that sucks. Did we just pitch a land here? Pitch an island? I think we do. Now we go there. Swing for 2. Next. And then we go Ilvoy Infiltrator. And then if they don't answer that, then we have a pretty good shot between Nutrient Block, Ilvoy Infiltrator, etc. at drawing a land. Now we need to avoid more Virus Beetles, for sure. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't mind this Perigee Beckoner. It seems to do a lot of pretty solid work. Blue. Cryo Shatter's not good at all. Cryo Shatter's not good here. Now the question is, do we try to hunt for a land with the Nutrient Block, or do we keep setting up with the Infiltrator? I think we don't click attack all when you have a Cryo Shatter, because that can be trouble. I think we just do the Infiltrator here. We still have stuff to do. Next turn we can definitely double spell again. Cryo Shatter, Nutrient Block to try to hit a land. So Prospector is okay. Cryogen Relic is usable for sure. Land, no. Okay, Nutrient Block. Ooh, land, please. Land, please. Oof, okay, got a little greedy getting rid of that island. Maybe should have gotten rid of the whale. But what are you gonna do? I thought we had a lot of card draw, a lot of ability to find stuff, and we just haven't yet. That's the way it crumbles sometimes. It's fine. If we draw a land, then we can go use Social Engine. We can do the thing that I talked about. Warp in, use Social Engineering, crack a lander. Now, they should have definitely done that before anything else. Oh my god, okay. I think we Cryo Shatter here. Perigee Beckoner. And we don't have any blue mana. Don't have any blue mana. Okay, let's see if they let us just get in to draw a card here, if they just chump. I think it's maybe correct to chump, honestly. Yeah. Think that's reasonable? I think that's absolutely reasonable. And do I just guarantee that? No, I think I'm gonna do this and see if I can hit one this way. We've got to find something soon. That is so crazy. That's so crazy. Okay, well, we've got a lot going on. They maybe are stuck on black. We just gotta keep pushing through here. We've got a lot happening as we go. For timeline colors, nuts. Yeah, I think they might be stuck on black. Yeah, I'll take 2. That's fine. I'll let you do that all day if you want. Deal yourself 2 while you're below on health. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, God, come on. Alright. We're really stuck on blue, too, which is the tough thing. Like, we're very much... Okay, I think I'm gonna warp in a star breed. No, I'm not, because that... Do I warp in this? I think I'm just gonna warp in that, play the lab ship. Station. I'll make you into a 2/2. Both of you can attack. Take them to 10. Draw a card. No land. No land is so crazy. So crazy. How many cards deep am I? I've drawn so many cards. Yeah. Get rid of the thing that's drawing me cards. That's absolutely correct. Sure. Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jesus, and also God. I will send in the clowns, pop the cryogen relic, draw 2 cards. Go here. Tractor beam is nice. Go you, and now send in the clowns. Woof, okay. Maybe got a skosh greedy there. Perhaps I was incorrect also to let them do that lander business here. Just go there. I don't really care about the virus beetle hitting me for 1. Now they can get their black mana that they so desperately need. And say go. We got so much gas in hand. Truly an insane amount of gasoline in hand. And then they drew their second swamp, of course, right after they got unstuck. Feels like timeline color is not a good play here if they have 2 black spells in hand. Sure. Sure. 10 cards in library. Sure. Are they just dead? They might be. I don't know what they have here, though. Okay, well, I'll do that. How many cards? 9? Okay, well, I've got a worm with your name on it. That, don't, please don't share that. Alright, start jamming in. Okay, I guess Wrath kind of makes sense there, but yeah, they just don't have it. Timeline color, and that's it. Okay, cool. Singularity. There's a lot of Wraths in this format, for sure. Definitely something to keep an eye out for. Now, luckily, we weren't in a position to where we could play into a Wrath too much, because that's what happens when you're stuck on 3 lands. But that is the beauty of a low curve. That is where having a low curve can really, really help you out. Because if you do not have a low curve and something like that happens and you get stuck on lands, that implies that you're drawing more or you have cards that you can't cast, right? You have cards in hand at least. So you're drawing spells. The higher percentage of spells that you have in your deck that are low mana cost means that you can still kind of make those kind of small plays on the margin, like cast. If you have 1-drops, you can cast a 2-drop and a 1-drop. If you have your warp cards, get a little bit of value here, a little bit of value here. Kind of find where you can win on the margins and really try to sequence your stuff properly. They were definitely stuck on it a little bit. Now, I think they probably would have fired off that Singularity Rupture basically at any time, but I digress. Alright. Hand's great. Magic's great. Cryodragon Relic into Ilvoy, into any number of stuff. Island. Hoping not to see one drop. Ooh! Hey, if you've seen my second video, you know I'm a fan of these planets. I don't necessarily think Uthros is probably especially good, but having a free tap outlet is always nice in this format, it seems like. Like there gets a Surveil too, and they'll just station up Uthros a little bit. So they just get a skosh more value off of all of the cards they cast. Because of Uthros, which I think is worth celebrating. Alright, Ilvoy Infiltrator. So this is setting up a turn next where, assuming Ilvoy Infiltrator lives, which is not an amazing assumption, because this is a very good card. Yep, Dubious Delicacy. Makes sense. We can... Ooh, we're kind of running into trouble here. I think we're going to warp you Social Engineering in, make a 2/2, and then cast any Train Block. This is a very good card. I'm a very big fan of this card. It's stats-wise, just the, the -3/-3 alone on a 3-mana spell. That's not incredible. However, the ability to sacrifice this at any time to make an opponent lose 3, to gain 3 in a pinch is totally relevant. Okay, I think I want to wait to get this going until I can actually do something about it. So I think I'm inclined to just slam the Grove Strider, just start applying some pressure. Got lots of stuff we can do. We got a Cryogen Relic, we got a Nutrient Block, we got Social Engineering. If we draw a land, I'll be more inclined to play this, so I can play it and get a trigger immediately. Cryogen Relic, sure. Good card. I have one myself. Elder Blade, which I do not think is especially good, but who am I to judge? Right here, we can do a lot of fun stuff though. So we'll go, what do we have at the 2-mana level? Yeah, I suppose we'll want to keep an eye open, because if we draw a blue source, we can crack the Cryogen Relic. We will sacrifice this. I'm going to put it on this guy, actually. Draw a land, draw a Starbreach Whale. Do I want to just warp this in and get a little extra value? Maybe do. Maybe missed out on a point of damage with the Grove Strider here, because I don't think they're probably going to jump. I maybe could have just put the 1/1 counter there, but I don't think that's such a bad thing. So if I go use Social Engineering next turn, land, that doesn't really set me up super well. I think I'll just play it here and hold up, just cracking the Cryogen Relic to draw a card. Next turn, leaving us the ability to be more likely to have hit a land drop so that we can play Pinnacle Killship as needed. Lost in Space, anything that becomes problematic. Nanoform Sentinel. That's not... I don't care very much about that. Alright, can't do anything about that. Okay, now we'll stun that. So then it'll stay tapped down. That was kind of a fun thing to find just on the fly there. Oh, tragic trajectory, what a jerk. Okay, it's fine. Elder Blade. Alright, well we're not gonna be super happy with what we're probably gonna do next. So I will go Synthesizer Lab Ship, Fungal, and then maybe Lost in Space to get rid of their flyer, because I don't think they're probably going to want to draw this. And then they lose the 5/5 power. But maybe I just keep applying pressure to the board. Well, okay, we're for sure gonna swing in. For sure doing that. Then maybe we just go Fungal Colossus into Lab Ship and prepare to have a big turn next turn where we swing with a 6/6 and a 4/4. Yeah, okay. Maybe you didn't think about it. You need to think about it think that was still worth pondering, just to make sure that we are sequencing everything correctly. All right, this is sweet. Winning in Magic just feels a little better than losing in Magic, to put it mildly. So 5 wins. We've got two losses to get 2 wins, so just got to go 500 over the next 2, as long as well, not really. We have to be better than 500, but if we are, we'll win. All right, playing against the big climb. Opponent goes first. This is not an incredible hand. I mean, it's fine. This hand struggles a little bit on account of the fact that it doesn't have a lot of board presence early, so we could definitely get run over by someone going crazy fast. And we have a pretty awkward draw. Okay, they have a command bridge awkward draw too. So actually, I think what I'm going to do here, rather than getting surveil value, because I don't really know what I'd want, is I'll just get the command bridge online. Now we'll get a 3 mana discount on our, well, a 1 mana discount functionally. This is kind of a base 5 mana 5/5. You can pay 4 mana for it. It's passable. Okay, Zookeeper Mechan, good card. I will play out a Forest. And now I'll Codecracker Hound. Should I just warp this in? I think. Let's see, what do they have? They got 5 cards in hand. Let's just warp it in for now. And maybe this is getting. Okay, well, actually, that may have been a mistake. I just saw the Biomechan Engineer and my eyes went wide, but I don't know that was necessarily actually correct. Keeping the removal spells may be better, but I think both of them are really good. Sammy Ship's Engineer. Okay, well, I don't like that very much. So here, I think we'll just play out our 4 mana 5/5. Seems pretty good. Next turn, we can go either Codecracker Hound into Biomechan or just play the Grove Strider. Grove Strider's looking pretty good. They're in red-black, though, which is the removal colors, really. So I think we'll want to stabilize, or we'll try to stabilize with a big thing here. Just slam a Grove Strider. Then next turn we can double spell. Got a Star Breach Whale, which doesn't block super well here, but blocks pretty well. The Zookeeper Mechan can start applying that +4/+0 here soon, though. So that's something we're going to want to monitor for sure. This is an extremely suspicious attack. This smells like a Depressurize. No, that wouldn't be a Depressurize. What would that be? Okay, Swarm color. Fine. Fine. Red mana. Oh, it's some. I see. Okay, sure. Okay, 2/2s block okay on this board, but the Swarm color flyer is a problem. And they're going very wide. So I maybe need to answer by also going wide, but I kind of feel like I'd rather play out 2 things here, play a 4, or play a. Yeah, I think I'd rather find an answer here. So let's go here. Codecracker Hound first. Sure, I'll take you for another differently named land. I don't think I have any more need for that, but I suppose this draws cards now too. And now we'll go a Codecracker Hound. Nutrient block is much better. Okay, and now we hold tight. We should have them, if this game goes long, we should have them pretty well handled. See, Social Engineer isn't doing a ton of work in this deck, admittedly. I think if they send in the clowns here with the robots, I'm just trading. I think next turn what I'll want to do is just Pinnacle Killship the Swarm color. Yeah, I would also do that if I were them. I think that's smart. Sure. Drawing 2 cards. I lose 2 life. That's good. They've got a lot. They've got a lot to work with here. Yep. tap it down to... They probably should have done that to begin with to cast their Decode Transmissions, but now they're just going to waste a mana. It's probably not going to matter. But all right, here I think we go Bang, Pinnacle Kill Ship, Swarm Color, and then station it up and say go. We need to start looking for removal here pretty quick, or we need to find removal here pretty quick. I don't think we're going to have too much trouble with that. We've got a lot of it, and we haven't drawn any of it yet. I suppose we did get rid of our Cryo Shatter, so maybe that wasn't my brightest move. Here, so if they do this to any of their robots, we're just blocking with the Codecracker Hound. Oh, this is nice. Okay, just fully going away here. Let's go. I think 2/2s are really good on this board. Let's go use Social Engineering. Or play a Forest, make a 2/2. Go Nutrient Block. I probably shouldn't be doing this all before I start swinging, but probably doesn't matter a ton. And now I go Biomech and Engineer, make a lander. Okay, I think we've pretty well stabilized at this point. I don't know what they could possibly have in hand if they can't cast it, or if they didn't want to cast anything. Oh, you know what they have? They have Mutinous Massacre, don't they? Oh no. Oh, no. Okay, they're great. Great. That was concerning. That was very concerning. If they had that's the 7 mana, 3 black, red, Wrath that steals everything of one even or odd and kills everything of the other even or odd, which is basically just says 7 mana. If you can read, win the game. That was not the best target to do that. You should probably do that with Sammy's Engineer here, just because this can't come back. And I'm more than happy to just jump that to save a little bit of life. So that's not a phenomenal play from the Perigee Beckoner, and they don't have another tapped creature, so that's a little sad for them. Okay, what do we do here? I think we go Forest, make a 2/2. Can they even kill my 9/9? They cannot. So they're forced into chumping. So I think we go here. This is a forced jump. They can't kill it. Probably just going to jump with the robot, but we're happy with that. Okay, great. Good for me. And then we're going to go with a Gene Pollinator and a Starbreach Whale. Do I want to lander first? Yeah, let's lander first because if we're going to surveil, we want to actually get that value and not just leave it on the table. This will not give us the ability to crack our nutrient block, but that's okay. We can do that next turn if needed. Surveil 2. We don't want to land, but we do want Desculpting Blast. So they need to have. I guess we're just playing more into the Wrath at this point, but I would have thought that they would have done it last time if they had it. Yeah, okay, they don't. There's a lot of Wraths in this format. They had the mana for it, so definitely a good thing to keep an eye on. I think the thing to consider in our end is we don't beat that card anyway, so quote unquote playing into it doesn't really exist. We already had a 7/7 on board, right? That was an odd creature. Yeah, if they had done that and just said steal all the odd things, kill all the even things, they would have gotten at minimum our Pinnacle Kill Ship and the Grove Strider. That kills me alone. So knowing that we can't beat that card, there's really no sense into not playing further into it unless they have one of the other Wraths. There's the 0-point Ballad, which would have been a problem for sure, which is give -0/-X to all creatures, cast it for black and X. Okay, this is pretty sketchy, but I think it's a keep. We have the seed ship intact to stay alive. We have lab ship here. We can tap down the lab ship as needed. That's not a good sign at all, though. That's a really, really bad sign, in fact. That's one of the top win rate cards in the whole set, because when it attacks, oftentimes it's like this, where you put a 1/1 counter on a target opponent or creature an opponent controls, except they don't have any creatures, so you don't do anything. And with this having menace, you just get into this situation where there's really no real good way to block it. We're gonna go Codecracker Hound into, I think we just want land here. The use social engineering has not been amazing for us anyway. We can't block, so I'm just gonna do that. And now, unfortunately, with this Sunset Saboteur, it can just absolutely solo you if you give it the chance to. Okay, do we want to get it? I think we need to. What does this kill right now? This in theory does kill something eventually. It's the only interactive spell we have. Get rid of that. I think we need to hold on to our lands. Oh my gosh, yeah, okay, this is just an insane draw for them. So we're gonna go here, Biomech and Engineer, and then warp in this. We will station here, move to combat, make this a 2/2, no attacks, station it here, and now we at least have a prayer when it comes to all of the stuff that's going to be coming our way. That was an okay turn, but if they have removal, which they are, they're in blue-black, so they're very likely to have something. There's a lot that gets us here. Sunset Saboteur doesn't really have a great place to put counters right now. It doesn't really matter, unfortunately for us, just because all their stuff is pretty pesky. Codecracker Hound is a very good block on Alpha Rail. I don't know whether they'll do anything there. They could attack with both. I would probably block with Codecracker Hound, double block Biomech and Synthesizer. Parakeet Beckoner is so gross. Oh, it's so gross. I think I just have to chump that, right? Okay, 1/1 counter on thing. Oh Lord, yeah. That's the strength of this card, right? Like, it having menace just means it's such a present threat. I think we just have to do this, unfortunately. Take 9. Okay. That Parakeet Beckoner is just going to come back next turn. Guess I wanted more than a land. Oh, yeah, they just have us. Oh, wait, no, they don't. Okay. They don't have lethal because we gain 2 life. So here they put this on probably the Gigastorm Titan, honestly, and then they can attack with this and this. This is a forced. Okay, I don't think this is actually the correct block, the correct attack to. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I just get a free Virus Beetle here. Okay, I'm dead to almost anything. I'm dead to any removal, dead to any Parakeet Beckoner. This has been a really pesky card. I've been impressed with this one in this run so far. If they do not have anything, I can block here, or I block one of these with the Worm, and chump the other with the Infiltrator. Sure, okay, yeah, draw another card, for sure. Why wouldn't ya? They're just going to sack it? Be okay with that. I'm not going to have a tapped creature anytime soon, so that's maybe not the worst idea. They're just looking for like a Cryo Shatter or something. If they do that, it's basically just GG. Okay, do we have lands in hand? It's a really good attack. Oh, it's a very good attack. Okay, what do you do here? I'm dead to everything the next turn. I need to draw something good anyway. I think I just trade, unfortunately. That didn't matter anyway. Draw land. Alright, well, come on, get up there. You gonna attack? You gonna eat it? I dare ya. Alright, you got me. Alright. That one, Sunset Saboteur on 2 into having anything is a very, very difficult spot to come back from. I mean, there are, if you imagine pack one picking that one, you have the entire rest of the time to just prioritize removal, because the play pattern of play that on 2 into removal, and just beat down for 4 over and over. It having menace is so relevant because you're so unlikely to be double spelling at that point. You're just wanting to get creatures' bodies on the battlefield. Even if you do double spell once, it's not really enough because they can keep firing off removal, or they can do stuff like Paragry Beckoner, where it's just going to be pushing in more damage. Yeah, the Paragry Beckoner has been pretty interesting, honestly. I think I was definitely low on it when I started this whole deal and looked into EOE, but I've been pretty pleased. Okay, turn 1 Gene, powerful play in Magic. So next turn, I think we're looking to do something like use Social Engineering into. Well, we can't really play a land after that, can we? Biomech and Engineer is not what we wanted to see, for sure. This is a good Tractor Beam target, though, because it'll keep its activated abilities. I think we'll just get more pips out. And say go. Okay, pass. We don't want to give this back to them with a Desculpting Blast. They're not even going to attack. Interesting. Cripes. I think we have to get this back. I don't think we can afford to lose that with how bad our color situation is right now. Yeah, that's a really bad spot to be in. I mean, I think we're staring down the face of a... Oh, jeez, okay. Here I think we go... Just go Gene into Bonder's Enclave. This is the downside of playing a card like Bonder's Enclave in your deck, of course. It's worth noting that this colorless land, I don't know if this would have been a mountain or if this would have been an island, but oh, they had 2. Okay. I think we go start with the Nutrient Block, and then Code Cracker Hound, just try to find a blue source. We're not really in any danger here. Please. Please, Island. Thank you. Thank you, Island. Okay, there we go. We're getting closer. Go Fungal Colossus now soon to hopefully stabilize the board a little bit. Okay, they just drawn lands. Okay, that's not so bad. We'll go Self-Craft Mechan is a good draw. We'll do that into sacrifice the Nutrient Block, put a 1/1 counter on it. Yep, great, loving it. Okay, would have loved any land. Feel like we deserve it at this point, but you know, that's okay. Certainly okay. Island is good. This is Ward 2. It's not excellent for us, but I think we do gotta cryo shatter it. Unfortunately. Add one. Add one. Resolve. Autopay. And then we can do our own biomech and engineer. Make a lander. And now we're starting to turn the corner a little bit. This is still a 1-6. That's crazy. Okay, we gotta get rid of that thing from their end. So we're gonna have to tractor beam that, because I don't think we can allow them to keep drawing cards. You see the strength of this card, right? This is a 2-mana card that we just had to spend premium removal to get rid of because of the strength of that activated ability. They just fully gassed up again. They were running out of cards in hand, starting to run into a position where they're going to need to. Oh my god! Okay, they're main decking Shattered Wings. Okay, that's tough. It's really tough. Sacrifice thing. One counter on a thing. Yep, it's a good deck. That's all like ours. I don't know how to navigate this one just because they have a little bit of a head start on us. But actually, that was probably a time when I need to play Use Social Engineer and start getting. I think that was just very poor. Very poor sequencing. Let's go Fungal Colossus, hold up Desculpting Blast, and the Lander token. We're just gonna keep popping that. There's no reason not to. I'm not putting them under any pressure whatsoever. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, and in fact, I think I should maybe hold the lander for a Use Social Engineering trigger. But first, I want to Code Cracker Hound this turn. I want to kill that thing so bad. Grove Strider's good. I'm gonna warp this because I have time. Killship is good. Killship is good. Okay. Oh, this is nervy. I'd really like to trophy. I think we can still pull this out. We need them to. How many cards do they have in deck? Okay, yeah, like you needed another. How many do they have? Okay, just 2. Terminating Worm, good card. Honestly, it feels like this. I mean, yeah, I'll just block. I think this is a good spot, though. Use Social Engineering. Play it straight out. Synthesizer Lab Ship. Now we can start getting in the air. Not so bad. You want to block? It's 2 damage. Now, Glacier God. Oh no. Oh no, we're so toast. Oh, we're so toast. Alright, nice deck. Yeah. I mean, swing out. Yeah, why wouldn't you? You had no reason not to. Oh my lord. Okay. How do we not die? They have how much power coming? they can pump this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 more power. Bummer. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't think there's any way to get... I suppose only this has trample. So we go there, here, but even that doesn't do it. That's okay, whatever. 7, 10, 13. Yeah, we're just dead. No blocks. Good game. Yeah. Jerk off all over me. That sucks. Glacier Godma. Good card. We could have used one of those for sure. Though we were missing lands a little bit more than maybe would have expected to in this type of deck. But anywho, good game, opponent. I'm not a huge fan of your name, but that was a good deck. All right, end of the video. Unfortunately, can't pull out our second trophy on the series, but I think this is still a pretty good showing. Just tons of value. Tons of value. I think the Bonders Enclave ended up being a pretty good include. I think going to the method of doing the differently named lands was a good call. Although our mana did kind of get in the way a couple times. Worth remembering that this is limited. Our mana is not very good, right? If we look to constructed decks, we see very few mana sources that are not all of the colors of the deck. So it might seem like a 45, 10% or whatever 8 to 1 is, the colorless line is pretty decent. This is not very good, right? It's very prone to variance, especially when you have as many double pip spells as we have. So overall, quite good. Diplomatic Relations in a tough spot here, just because we don't have a ton of creatures at the low level to keep us alive, and there's just a lot of problematic creatures that are worth removing that have good ETB effects, like these Biomech Engineers. So we had this Desculpting Blast in hand when they play their first one. It's like we don't really want to give them this back. We don't want to give them more landers and more resources. So overall, I think this deck definitely needed some sort of a bomb, some sort of top-end thing to get us over the edge. I was very happy with the Pinnacle Kill ship in this. I think this is the exact deck that wants it. I think I was talking to some friends that there are decks that will absolutely not ever want to play this, and there are some that are going to be perfectly happy with it. As a top or upper level ramp card, this is just what this type of deck wants outside of like a big bomb. So overall, a fun deck. Had a good time playing it. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, of course, all of the things. If you want to see more stuff. Otherwise, I'm Jesse. Thanks for watching. Peace.